Hello and welcome to episode 3 of the Vault of Solo Summer. So this would be episode 4, 5, 6, 7. Did I have to do the math? Yes. Yes, I'm a podcaster. No, I am smart, but not in the math ways. Can I do 3 plus 4? No, I have to count on my fingers. Okay, I love you guys. I hope that you've been enjoying these daily Solo Summer episodes from the Vault. I feel like Taylor Swift. Like Taylor Swift, basically. There's so many birds above my head. Yeah, these are my vault tracks, and I hope that you enjoy them. Up at the top of this episode, I want to tell you a couple things about how I felt when I was editing it. First of all, I cringed a lot. This episode is from my 19-year-old self, and I think I was just super cringeworthy in the way that I was talking, and that's okay. And I'm posting this because I think that we as a society, me as someone who posts on the internet, I want to model to you guys that it is good to embrace the cringe. And you can't run from the cringe when you post things online, because I also think that as much cringe that is in this episode, there's also equal amounts of really good advice and like things that do help me. And actually when I was editing it, it's coming at a perfect time because I'm just venturing into New York City. I'm in like my second month here, stayed in a couple different neighborhoods. I'm in like my New York rooftop right now, which is so sick. And actually a lot of the advice hit. I was like, oh, I actually needed to hear that. Like, this is really a good advice for making friends who you can be your authentic self with and who they can feel like they can be their authentic self with. I don't know. A lot of it really resonated with me at the time. And I think a lot of it might resonate with you. And a lot of it might just cringe you out. And that's okay, because I don't know. Everybody talks about climbing Cringe Mountain, but maybe a lot of people don't really share the facts that they're doing it. Done is better than perfect. I'm not going to re-record this episode or anything like that. I'm just going to put it out exactly how I recorded it as, because I remember myself when I was 19 years old, I filmed this, and after I got done filming it, I was like, that's the episode. That's such a good episode. That's so good. Like, I have to get that out there. That's like the best podcast I've ever filmed. So I'm going to respect that girl and put this episode out without really changing anything. I don't know. If you get something from it, that's amazing. If you don't, that's okay. There's 2 episodes yesterday and the day before, and then there's another 2 episodes coming out tomorrow and the next day. So watch at your own risk. Be ready to cringe, but also be ready to get some really good advice, because I love this girl, and I think that she was on her shit. Like, she was making a lot of really good friends at this time, and so I think that she does know what she's talking about. And I did learn a lot from just editing this episode, and I hope that you feel the same. Remember, we're going to talk about it more at the end of the episode, but every single review donated is technically review donated. Yes, every single review left is technically $2 donated, because at the end of these 5 days of our Solo Summer Vault episodes coming out, we're going to be donating a lump sum to the ACLU, and every single review left is going to be $1 donated, and then I'm going to match however many reviews there are. So if there's 100 reviews, we're going to be donating $200. If there's 150 reviews, we're going to be donating $300. Me like thinking, like, how much is 150 times 2? Sorry. If there's 1,000 reviews, we're going to be donating $2,000 to the ACLU. So stay till the end to hear their mission statement and what we're doing. And I will see you on the other side of this cringe-tastic video. It is cute. I don't want to like ruin your perception of it by saying that it's super cringe at the top of the episode, because I think that it's a good episode. All right, I'll leave you with that. Bye. Mwah. Hello and welcome back to another episode of Solo Summer with Sammy K. I have missed you guys, and I have been just, I don't even know what I've been doing. I've been traveling around. I've been back at home. I cannot say thank you enough for all of the love and support that I have received on the first episodes of the podcast and on my TikTok and of all of my travel content. It's seriously mind-blowing and so heartwarming. Like, the messages from you guys, the comments, the DMs, like any time that I hear from you guys and you just say, you're inspiring me so much to travel, you make me look at life in this way, I've been loving your podcast, like any kind thing that you guys send my way is so beautiful, because all of the comments that we send people on social media and all of the things that we send people online and the thoughts that we have, they're ultimately all projections of ourselves and the way that we feel about ourselves, the way that we feel about our lives, the way that we feel about our dreams and what we want to chase after. And so when you guys are sending me these kind messages and you're taking time out of your day and you're complimenting me and saying thank you for sharing content, and just like seriously, the comments that you guys send me are so beyond nice. Like, it's not just like, and sometimes I get these of like, oh, I like your videos. Like, yes, people send that, but people are like, from the heart, from the soul, this is how you make me feel, never stop being you, like the most sweetest messages. And I don't say this at all to be like, wow, look at what people are saying about me. No, because it doesn't fucking matter, because that stuff isn't about me. That stuff is about the way that people see the world and the way that they find good in the world, and they're projecting any message, any chat. It's all projection. And so when I'm receiving the kindest messages, that's just to say that you guys have the kindest souls, you have the kindest hearts, and you have the most purest intentions, and you have this passion for life, this lust for life that we all share, and it is so beautiful. It feels like the most wholesome community that we have. I want to just get to know you guys more, and I want you to get to know me more, and I love talking about the things that I'm passionate. It's what you guys like listening to me talk about. Giving advice, answering questions, all of that is like where my heart shines. I am an older sister. I am like the oldest grandchild, helping my cousins, helping my brother, but mostly like helping online. Like, I have always loved it. That's what I love to do. But right now I want to talk about making friendships while abroad, and finding the people that match your heart, and finding the people who light your soul on fire and have deep connections with, and where you just feel at home talking to this person, where you don't feel any judgment, you don't feel any remorse. I don't know if you would feel remorse, but you don't feel any hatred, you don't feel anxious, you feel like you can feel free to be yourself completely without a mask, without any of the past ways that you've acted affecting this relationship now. This is you in this moment, truly present here. How are you forming this relationship? And I want to talk about forming those relationships and those connections while you're traveling, while you're at home, all of it. Because I learned so many lessons about this so deeply in my soul when I was traveling. However, I always think traveling is a gateway. Traveling is a portal. Traveling is like reading a book, and you get to take all of the lessons from it. You get to experience these things firsthand, and you get to take the lessons from it, right? There's a lot of stuff that you learn firsthand from making mistakes, from interacting with people. All of these things are things that you learn from being in that situation. However, we know as humans, being in a situation is not the only way that you can learn something. You can learn from other people's experiences. If your friend went through something, maybe you watched them make that mistake and you said, okay, now when I do this, I'm not going to make that same mistake. Maybe you learned from your parents. They taught you this lesson of something that they've been through, and now you already learned that lesson from them. You don't have to make that mistake on their own and figure it out for yourself. Maybe you read a book and you learn it from the stories of the characters, from what they went through, from what they've done. Let this podcast be the same to you. These lessons, that's what they are. They're lessons. Ultimately, the route that I took to get there, to learn them, was from traveling. The route that you're taking to get there right now is from watching this video. And that is so beautiful. It's the magic of the internet. And if you take these lessons to heart, it's no different. It's just learning a lesson. It's all learning lessons, and we all have different life plans and different ways that life takes us and different paths that we're on, and yours might not involve traveling, and that is okay. But these lessons are things that are universal. These are human. These are the bases of life and friendship, and foundationally how we form human relationships, and these lessons are not things that need to be learned firsthand traveling. So I want to share them with you. Take what you take out of this. I want you to come into this podcast with an open mind, form the intention of, I want to make one relationship in my life better. I want to form one new relationship, or just the next time that I go somewhere, I will keep this in mind. I just ask that you go into this podcast with an open mind, an open heart, and that you take from this exactly what you need to take from this. What you remember most, what I say that sticks out to you most, is ultimately what you need to hear, what you need to learn. And the universe put this onto your feed, onto your ears, onto your screen for a reason. And I truly do believe that every person that watches this can get out what they want out of it. Whether that's just, hey, maybe I'm not a podcast person, maybe that's what you get out of it, I don't know. But I'm here for you. We're going to be talking about making friendships while abroad, and just the basis of friendship and what I've learned about it over all of these years. And to start this episode, we're going to take it all the way back, and we're going to start when I was in Australia. It's actually funny because I get this comment quite a bit, and it makes me feel so happy because I'm like, damn, I'm really growing. Like, damn, I'm really doing the damn thing. But people will be like, oh my God, you're going back to school? Like, or, oh my God, I got the comment, and it was like, oh my god, have so much fun like at school this year, like you're gonna love college, you're gonna do so well in college. And I was like, oh my god, like people don't know, like I'm really growing the channel right now. So I am currently on my 3rd year of college. I'm a junior. My first year of school I did at the University of Illinois. I did full year, and that was so fun. One episode I want to go through my whole college experience and just tell you what I learned from every semester, because let me do a little side tangent. If you're in college, every single semester is so completely different, and you're learning something completely new every semester. So for me, every semester of mine has a theme. Freshman year, first semester, I went there and I was like, what the fuck is going on? It's like, it's new environment. That's like the college theme, right? Like it felt like college movie. I was going out all the time, I was making the friends, I was doing the college thing. Second semester, I call it like famous semester. Like that was when my TikTok grew. I went from 0 to 150,000 and sent to Coachella in one semester. People started recognizing me, like that was my like fame simulator semester. I was like, damn, this is crazy. Third semester, that was my sex and situationship semester, where I had like never experimented with that before, and I had never really been in a situationship, and I was in 2 different ones, and I was like, damn, this is really crazy. Like I'm really getting a taste of it. And sorry, I'm just giggling because like actually, anyways, moving on. My 3rd semester was my travel semester, and then now I'm currently going into my, I missed a semester in there. 1, 2, 3. No, 4 was my travel semester, and now I'm going into 5. And then after 6, yeah. So, okay, now we're going into 5. I don't know what it's gonna have in store for me, but that was such a tangent. Like, that doesn't have anything to do with the episode, but maybe, I don't know, maybe it will help you. I'll leave it in. Because I got a comment on one of my other videos that was like, I'm so glad you didn't cut the parts out that you said you were gonna cut out. Babe, I got you. I'll give you all the content. I'll just give you my brain and I'll put it into this video. That's what this is. And if you don't like that style of video, you probably have like not ADHD or something like that. Anyways, friendship. That tangent started because I am not on a gap year. I'm not taking a gap year in between college or after university. I am currently a junior in college. I studied abroad my 2nd semester of my sophomore year. So I went to study abroad, and I studied abroad in Australia. And when I went to Australia, the reason that I chose Australia was honestly no reason. I was gonna go to Dublin because there was an advertising program in Dublin. My major is advertising, and see, makes sense. It's what I do all day, every day. I'm advertising myself, I'm advertising companies. I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it, and I study that in school. There was an advertising program going on in Dublin, and so I was like, okay, well that's cool, like I could get my advertising requirements done there and like do it in Dublin. Perfect, great, I'm gonna do that. Well then, 2 of my best friends, well one of my best friend of all time, my best friend comes to me and she's like, hey, Viv and I are gonna study abroad. And I was like, yo, I love Viv, I love you, where are you guys going? Like we'll all be abroad at the same time, that's sick, like maybe we can meet up with each other, like that would be really, really cool. She's like, yeah, I think we're gonna go to Sydney, Australia, because my friend Viv is a aerospace engineer. Smart as fuck. She is so fucking smart. And there was only a couple programs that you could do with aerospace engineering. Like there's just not, the options aren't as wide as like a bleak advertising degree. I don't think bleak is the right word. I don't know, whatever. Broad, I think might be what I was looking for. But the options aren't as large. So she's like, I have to go to Sydney basically. It was like 3 different options. Sydney was what she picked. And my friend Reagan is like, I'm gonna go with her. And I was like, lit, I mean, you guys, if I'm already gonna be abroad, like why don't we just go together? Like I don't really feel the need to be like just by myself in a foreign country, because I had never done that before. Like my family traveled, we traveled quite a bit like growing up, and like we would always go on vacations, but we would never go, we didn't go international that much. We went to, well, I mean, it's all relative, it's completely relative, because like I took 2, I think we did 2 or 3 international trips, and like to a lot of people that's probably like, holy shit, that's a ton. But then to like me, I'm seeing other people do it, I'm like, oh, that's not that much. So it's literally, everything is relative. Boom, lesson that you can learn from life, or you can just learn because it's a universal lesson. Everything is fucking relative. But I still felt after that travel that I did with my parents and with my family, I was not ready to be completely on my own in a foreign country where I know no one. There might be a language barrier, there's cultural differences. Like I just literally was like, I don't know how to handle myself in that situation. I don't feel like I want to do it that much. Of course, I was willing to, and I was going to, because I can jump into a challenge, but I was like, if I don't have to, I'm low-key not gonna. So then I realized, why don't I just go to Sydney? So my friends and I all sit down. We're working on this Sydney application together, and my friend, you guys know her, Reagan was like, dude, like I'm working on this, it does not feel right, like I
know that I don't want to go abroad right now. She's like, I don't feel it. I don't want to go. And she's like, it just, like, nothing about it is sitting right with me. It doesn't feel like my time. And I was like, okay. Yeah. I mean, yeah. And of course I wanted her to go abroad with me, but I'm like, dude, yeah, say, like, you have to be true to yourself. Like, if it doesn't feel right, like, she's like, intuitively, like, I don't want to go. And I was like, okay. All right. Like, is it okay if I still go? And she's like, oh my God, yes. Like, duh. And we had that conversation too, because I think sometimes it's easy to stray away from awkward conversations of, like, you know, she was going to study abroad with Viv, and I kind of brought myself in, and we all made this decision of, like, wait, let's just all go together. And then she backed out, and then I was still going to study abroad with Viv. And I feel like that could be kind of an awkward situation of, like, oh, like, you're good friends, and, like, I don't really know Viv, but she's your friend, but now we're studying abroad together, but you're not there anymore. And ultimately, we could have gone that route of, like, the petty games of, like, oh, you stole my friend, whatever. We're not 10. Bottom line, we're not fucking 12. We are not in middle school. And so when she made this decision, she was like, I don't want to study abroad again. I was like, okay, like, how do you feel about me still studying abroad with Viv? Like, does that make you feel weird at all? Does that make you feel, because in my head, I'm like, I don't know, like, could be awkward. And anytime that I'm faced with an awkward situation, bitch, I'm bringing that up, because I had a huge friendship breakup my junior year of high school. Maybe it was my sophomore year, but it was brought up, it exploded. And the huge takeaway that I learned from that is when things come up in friendships, you need to talk about it. You need to bring it up. Anything that could be a pain point, anything that could harm your relationship, that could turn sour, that all of that needs to be talked about, because the basis of friendship is communication and trust, for me. And so when I'm not trusting my friends enough to communicate something that I'm feeling to them, and I don't trust them enough to come back to me with a mature response and for us to be able to have a great conversation with awesome open communication, that is not a friendship that I want to be in. And so therefore, when this came up, I said, okay, Reagan, how do you feel about me still going abroad with Viv? Like, does that worry you? Like, does that upset you? I know that you really were excited to go, but you don't want to anymore. Like, how do you feel in this situation? She's like, dude, that doesn't bother me, like, literally at all. She's like, it'll probably be hard watching you guys, like, have the time of your lives, but, like, ultimately, like, I know that it's not right for me, and, like, I want you to go. I want you to have fun. Like, that is perfect. And I was like, okay. So needless to say, have the awkward, hard conversations. Not that that would have ever been a hard, awkward conversation for Reagan and I, but me, I don't know how old you guys are, but me a couple years ago, that would have been, like, it would have freaked me out. And it would have been like, oh, I don't want to bring this up. Dude, bring it up. Always bring it up. Always bring it up. Always bring that shit up. So yeah, so I applied for Sydney, Australia. I got in and I went to Sydney. And there wasn't really much thought about why Sydney, other than my friend who I want to go abroad with is in aerospace engineering. She doesn't have a lot of options. She chose Sydney and I want to go abroad with her. And I also really liked that it was different place, right? Like, I don't know anyone in Australia, point blank. Like, it's not like I don't know anyone in Sydney. I don't know anyone in Australia. I don't know anyone who's been to Australia. I don't know shit about Australia. I don't know if I've ever watched an Australian movie. I don't know if I watch any, I maybe watch like one Australian YouTuber or something. Like, I had not been exposed to a lot of Australian media. I hadn't been exposed to a lot of like conversations about Australia. We don't learn really anything about Australia in school. Sorry, this is like coming off as me shitting on Australia. I'm not at all, actually. I just like literally knew nothing. And so I was like, that sounds awesome. Like, I would love to learn. I want to go on a study abroad to put myself outside of my comfort zone, because that was what I knew I was going into study abroad for, is to get out of my comfort zone, to learn new things, to experience a completely different life than something that I had experienced before. So Viv and I moved to Australia, and we move in with 3 people from the University of Michigan. Viv and I go to the University of Illinois, and we moved in with 3 people from University of Michigan. So we're all like Midwest college, like state schools, but different schools. Viv, I'm gonna explain to you the friendships and how I like know these people, so that you can get like kind of a basis understanding of like what we're building off when I say we're building new friendships. So Viv is here, I'm here. Viv, her like best friend from home, knew these 2 people right here. This is Joe and this is Grant. So Viv's best friend from home, she's over here. I'll give her a little thumb. She knows Joe and Grant. They go to University of Michigan together. So Viv has met Joe and Grant one time when she visited her friend from home. Michelle is over here. Grant met Michelle one day in the library. They started talking about studying abroad. Turns out they're in the same program. Grant says, well, we're looking for more roommates. Do you want to room with us? And she's like, yeah. So that is how we all know each other. The 5 roommates. Call these lemmings. We are the lemmings. Oh my god, I love these people. I fucking love these people. Oh my god, just even talking about like lemmings and these people, it's like bringing me the deepest joy. These are my best fucking friends. These people get me on another level. Like, oh my god, and they get the version of me that like that is my favorite version of me. Like, they know that version of me. Oh my god, and they only know that version. Like, these people are so smart, so kind. Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. I just love them. I love them. And so we all move in together in Sydney, Australia. We don't know each other at all. Like, I know Viv slightly. So my relationship with Viv before study abroad, this is, when I'm telling you this is full in-depth podcast, like we're laying it all out on the table, it is. I was thinking about making this like a 30-minute video, but we haven't even started. We're at 20 minutes. You're getting a full in-depth podcast. So Viv and I knew each other because her and Reagan are in the same sorority. Reagan is my best friend from home, best friend from college. We're like attached to the hip, codependent. We're not codependent because that's like unhealthy, but she's my favorite person to be around. We talk about everything. She's like my second brain and I'm her second brain. Like, we are attached to the hip. And Viv and Reagan met in their sorority, which I'm not a part of. And Viv and Reagan are in the same sorority and they are twins. So they have the same big. So they have their little family and they became so close from that. And they are also like fucking twins. They're like so similar. It's like scary. And they're both like blonde, hot bombshell girls. Like, oh my god, they're so awesome. And so I knew that Reagan, and so of course I'd seen Viv at like out and hung out with like her and Reagan, and we'd been at pre-games together, but we never like had sat down and had like a deep conversation together. We had been in like the morning debriefs where we're like talking all about the set, like crazy, like, okay, which some would say are like the most intimate conversations where we're like acting out the night before. Like, I definitely acted out my nights before in front of this girl before and like puked in front of her and like done all of this like very intimate stuff, but like we never sat down and been like, who are you? Like, tell me the depths of your soul. Like, what's going on inside your head? And if she was watching this right now, she'd make fun of me for saying, what's going on in the depths of your soul? Because she is like so funny with like the way that I talk in all of my content to you guys. I'm like, it's just like the universe speaking to me, and like this, like I feel it in my soul, and like my manifestation is coming true through the powers of the universe and love and meditation and my charged water and energy chakra meditation breath work. That's how I talk, I feel like. She makes fun of me so much for it in the best way because that shit's funny. You have to know, if you're talking hippie woo woo and you're talking like crazy like I do sometimes, you have to also know that shit's funny. To someone that's not in it, and to someone that's in it, that shit's hilarious. Like, I tell my friends about the breathwork stuff I do, the vision board stuff I do, the manifestation stuff I do, and they literally laugh at me. And I'm like, thank you, honestly, because like, that shit's not that serious, you're right. And I love it. And it's not in the way that like they're making fun of me. They're like, this is just Sam, and this is what she's into. And it's so true, this is me, and this is what I'm into. And there's humor in that. There's humor in everything, and I learned the beauty in that. Also, these 5 people are so fucking funny. They're so funny. And I'm not funny. Like, I don't think that I'm a funny person. I've never been like funny. The only people that I'm funny with is my high school hometown friend group. I think that I am funny with them. I don't think that I'm funny with anyone else. And that's because we would boop, and then we would just like do funny shit, and they'd always have me. They called me like their circus monkey, and it was so fun. I'm just like oversharing right now, but like I would freestyle. Okay, we're gonna cut that part out. Anyways, so the 5 of us move into this house in Australia, and we know nothing about each other. And we're like, okay, first night, what do? We get so drunk, so wasted drunk together. The first time that I meet Joe and Grant, they literally walk into this bar, and Viv, Michelle, and I are at the bar. We are already about to order shots. Joe and Grant walk in, and I see them, and we all lock eyes, and I'm just like, oh, this is good. oh, this is good. Like, this is good. We lock eyes. We're like, come over here. I'm ordering us all a round of shots. And we decide that night, our first night meeting, we're going to go round for round with all of each other. So that means this is my round of shots for the 5 of us. Next up, Michelle's going to get the round for the 5 of us. Then it'll be Viv for the 5 of us. Then Grant, then Joe, all 5, taking all of the shots. So we do that. Proceed to get so fucking drunk and just dance together. We're on the dance floor and we are having the time of our lives, and the feeling, I can't explain it, of being in a new place in this new semester, of like, holy fuck, we are on the opposite side of the entire world. What the hell are we doing here? I know none of these people. And I have no idea at all where life is going to take me in the next 6 months. I have no idea what is about to happen. And it is the most beautiful fucking feeling because there's endless possibility. Usually, and in my past experiences, when I'm at school or when I'm at home and I'm going into a new semester, if I'm starting a new year, I know what the environment is like. I know what the people around me are like. And yes, new people might come in, or yes, I might take a couple trips. And these things are bound to change a little bit, but ultimately they are stagnant. When you study abroad, when you maybe go to a college in a different place, when you move to a new city, none of those things are there anymore. And suddenly, these things that have always been stagnant in your life become full of possibility, become anything that could happen. They become whatever you want them to become. And that is so powerful and so exciting. And there is no feeling quite like the first week's one of going to school. That welcome week feeling is the same. And I would say almost even more powerful because I had no clue what I was capable back then. And I had no idea how good college was about to get. And I had no idea what I was capable of creating for myself. But I was in those welcome weeks and I was like, I just feel like it's going to be new and it's going to be good. And when I studied abroad, it was very similar. But it was beautiful because instead of being an hour away from my home, I was 24 hours away from my home. And I was on the other side of the globe. Like, America's here, Australia's here. It's low. And it's on the opposite side. And so everything that I did was just like, wow, like, this is all new. And also I'm on the other side of the world. That's crazy. So this first night, we all wake up the next morning. We're sitting in our house and we're debriefing. Oh my god. Wait, no, literally, oh my god. I'm just recapping all of this that night. After I probably fucking sweat stains. I'm sweating so bad. After we go out, we go back to the boys were staying in a hostel until we could all move into our house, and like Viv, Michelle, and I got like a nice Airbnb. But they're staying in a hostel, and we go back to their hostel, change clothes. I'm wearing like Grant's fucking like big boy pants, and we're like, let's go get cigarettes and let's go ride bikes. And so Joe and I get on these bikes, and they're like VO bikes basically, but they're like line bikes, like just like a pay bike, whatever. And we're riding these down the streets of Australia. There's no one else there. It's 2 in the morning. Riding them down. We're just laughing, looking at each other, racing down the street. We go up to the cigarette window, which they had like a window. It was like a drive-through for cigarettes. It was crazy. And Joe's like, yo, can I get a pack of Marlboro Red, whatever? And the guy's like, yeah, I don't know. And I don't even know what it was, but practically we're buying those cigarettes. And I'm like, oh, like, this is my fiance, like, he's getting them for me, like, oh, like, we just got married, like, what do you think that he should get to, like, impress his fiance? Like, literally just so drunk, saying the dumbest shit. But like, apparently Joe and I were like married, getting married that night, like first day one of meeting each other, we're like getting married, and we just like, everyone hit it off immediately, which is so beautiful. And that is something that's not normal. I'm gonna dive in and give you the reasons, because there are tangible reasons why I think it is so easy for me to click with people immediately upon meeting them. Because these are tangible life lessons that I've picked up through my relationships throughout the years, and through getting to know myself in different reasons and different situations that I've been in. Now I know how to form a relationship that lasts, how to form a relationship that clicks, and how to keep it. And through all these experiences, somehow I've just picked up on the things that form these good relationships almost immediately and forms them and deepens them quickly. And I can give you the fucking formula right now. So I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna give you the formula of how I click with people immediately upon meeting them. Because there's a lot of steps that go into it. It's not just like, oh, we click. It's a lot of like mental work and time and work on yourself and work on your interests and your goals that make this happen. So, first of all, you need to know yourself. This is the hardest thing about friendship, is getting to know yourself, because the basis of every relationship, I'm gonna drop a heat bomb on you really quick. Every single relationship that you will ever have in your entire life, family, friends, teachers, counselors, any relationship, all of it is in your head. All of it is in your head. For example, say the exact same scenario that I just laid out for you is happening again. Me and Joe are on the way to go get cigarettes. We had just met each other. We're taking shots, blah, 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 blah. In my head, he's like, wow, this girl's really cool. I love that we're taking shots together. We're dancing together. She matches my vibe. We're having so much fun together. She wants to go get cigarettes. We're going to run down the street. Like, we're having a blast together. I'm excited to become friends with her. I'm really excited to stay friends with her. I'm excited to live with her. There's so much possibility, whatever. Or he's just like, dude, fun time. Like, you know, that's what the relationship is inside of Joe's head is, this girl matches my vibe, matches my energy. I'm excited to keep living with her. This is a fun time. I'm having a fun time right now. That's the relationship in Joe's head. That's how he is experiencing it in his head and his thoughts. For me, what if I went into this relationship and I said, oh my God, I bet he just hates me. I bet as soon as he saw me, he thought that I was so annoying, thought I was such an alcoholic. I'm just ordering us shots at the bar. Like, oh my God, and even though we're doing them all, does he think that I'm over drinking? Does he think that I'm like, all I care about is drinking and partying? And I don't want him to think that if we're roommates and we have to do school together, and like, I don't want him to like freak out that like, I'm an advertising major and he's in aerospace engineering. Like, I don't want him to think that I'm stupid. Does he think that I'm stupid because I'm just here drinking? And like, I am in my head. And maybe we're going to get cigarettes together and I'm like, oh my God, is he only doing this because he thinks that I need a cigarette because I'm like really like just stupid and like I just am degenerate, whatever. If that is the relationship that's in my head, imagine how I'm going to show up and I'm going to act if those are the thoughts that are in my head. If I am coming to this relationship and I am so insecure in the way that I present myself, in the way that people think of me, in what they are thinking of me, I'm going to show up to this relationship and I'm going to be anxiety ridden. I'm going to come off as maybe more closed off because I'm like, well, I don't want him to judge me. I don't want him to think I'm being weird. So I'm going to hold myself back from acting normal or acting authentically because I have so much worry and so much anxiety in my head. Imagine the way that that is going to affect a relationship. Whereas before, when I was telling you about the situation, I came into it and I was open to these new experiences, open to these new relationships. I'm taking what comes at me and I'm just experiencing that. Instead of me being in my own head and I'm worried about what Joe thinks of me, I'm worried about what he is thinking about my habits, what he thinks about for the future of our relationship. If I'm worried about all of these things, I'm going to come off as a closed off, anxious person because I will be closed off and anxious. However, if I use my brain instead of working against me and working to make me more anxious and insecure, I use it to help me. I say, hey, I'm so excited to meet this new person. I'm so excited to form a new relationship. This is awesome. I'm going to take this person as they come and just experience them fully because this is a full person that I get to know and I get to hang out with. And ultimately, I'm just going to show up as myself and get to see who this person is, get to know them. When I am coming from an open perspective, what happens is that you feel more open. You feel more fun. You feel more inviting. They're going to feel like they can open up to you because you feel safe to them. Because when you come to people and you meet them, this is so important. This is the basis of all of the relationships that I make now. When you show up to people and you're meeting new people in your life and you come to them and you meet them with an open heart, with an open mind, and you recognize every single person has a completely different experience on this planet. Every single person's brain works in unique ways. Every single person has different experiences. Every single person has different upbringings. Every single person has different perspectives and ways that they view the world and how they view every single situation, every single relationship in their life. And that is not for me to control. Instead, what a relationship is for me to get to know these people, is for me to witness a person, witness a human being, and welcome it. Welcome this new experience. Welcome this life into me. Okay. That got a little too poetic, and then I had to hop in with like the sex innuendo on accident just because I was like too serious for a second. But seriously, like, okay, I was really getting on my soapbox. Let me get back on it because I feel like I need to finish this thought. When you start seeing people for who they are and being excited about getting to know people for who they are, instead of saying, I don't like this about this person, so I'm going to act this way towards you. I don't like this about this person, so I'm going to act this way towards you. When you are just open and you recognize we all have different reasons, we all have different lifestyles, we all have different interests, that is what makes each person beautiful. And I want to form relationships with as many different people as I can and get to know as many different kinds of people as I can. That is where your relationships blossom. Because then I'll tell you why. When you start getting good at opening up to people and allowing, oh my God, there's so much I want to say, because when I say opening up, what you're not doing is you're not opening up. You can, but all you're doing is you're allowing them to be themselves fully as a person, and you are showing up with no judgment. That is all that you need to do to form the basis of a healthy relationship and a healthy friendship. Because when a person shows up authentically as themselves without judgment, you are going to see exactly who they are almost immediately. They're going to show you everything about themselves through their actions, through the ways that they view the world, through the things that they say. You're going to be able to see them. And when you are focused on just understanding a new person and getting to know them, you're going to be able to pick up on that, because what you're not worried about is yourself and how they're perceiving you. You're not taking up the time in your head with, what does this person think about me? Do they think my outfit is stupid? Do they think I look dumb when we're talking? Do they think that I'm stupid? Do they even want to be here with me? When you allow those thoughts to slip out of your head and instead focus your thoughts on this person that you're meeting, what do they care about? What do they like? Who are they? Why do you think they are the way they, not why do you think they are the way they are, because you don't want to like analyze anyone, but like just when you let those thoughts of insecurity and just incessant chatter in your brain about yourself fall to a quiet, you are able to fully experience another human being as they are. And every single person, every single human being in this world wants to be experienced authentically in the way that they are. And what happens is when you start being present in more moments and you start quieting those insecure thoughts and you start being more present when forming relationships in your life, what happens is that you become more present, and you become more present with yourself and with all of the other times in your life and with all of the other experiences in your life. This presence creates the foundation of great relationships, because you might be thinking, well, Sam, when people show up to me authentically, what if I don't like them? You got it. You got it, and you're right. Because ultimately, we're not meant to be best friends with every single person, but you can always like, okay. As you get more present with yourself and as you start quieting these insecure thoughts of what do people think about me, how are people judging me, blah, 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 whatever the insecure thoughts in your head are, whatever the thoughts are that are holding you back. For example, one of mine, to get a little vulnerable, is like, if I post this video, what are people going to say about it? Are people going to find this about me? What are people going to say about this? When I post a video and I make videos just with the thought of like, what are people going to say about this? That is never as authentic to me, and that is always going to come with more judgment than like if I were to just show up. Okay, anyways, next question. I literally can't talk about that like that. I just get nervous. Okay, we'll come back to that for another episode. When you start practicing this, of dropping those insecure thoughts and being present when you're meeting new people, you are going to learn that this is a practice that you can apply in every single aspect of your life, in every single experience in your life, in every single day-to-day occurrence that you have. This is something that can be practiced, and this is a practice that is going to bring you so much peace. Imagine you're making your morning coffee and you are not worried about what's going to go on that day, what people are going to say, what the latest drama is. You are just thinking about your coffee and how beautiful it looks going into the cup, and how excited you are maybe to work on your passion that day or to get a job done that you get to do. Imagine how much peace that would bring you. Maybe you're driving to go get a fucking coffee like I did this morning, and you are met with a driver who cuts you off. Maybe they're honking, maybe they're a very, very aggressive driver and they're driving fast, they're weaving through traffic, whatever. If you come to that and you get mad, you're filling in your head of like, I hate that person, why do people drive that way? If you quiet your mind and you're just like, okay, we're in the present moment, that happened, what is happening in the present moment now? Guarantee you're gonna find you're back on the road and you're just driving, and it's very normal. That happened for a second. It doesn't have to work you up the whole time. You can just continue to keep your peace, because ultimately that's something that happens for a second, that's an experience, and then boom, it's done. The beauty of presence is getting to choose your thoughts and the thoughts that you think about, because ultimately, because the quality of your thoughts determines the quality of your life. And I mean that. My little Bali boy just posted that on his story. All the guys that I get with, oh my God, are they smart? Are they genius? Because, oh my God, they're just so smart. They're so smart. And he posted that, and he posted this little like think piece. Why am I oh God, I'm so good and passionate about talking about relationships, because look at how I light up talking about my little Bali boy fling. That is in episode 1 of Still Summer if you want to hear all about Bali boy. Smart little hot entrepreneur from Bali, 6'10" if that matters. Personally, I don't care, but I know that other people do, and if it's gonna drive you to the episode, babe, I'm gonna do it. And it was in his Tinder bio, so I'm sure he's fine with me saying it. Imagine he like listens to this shit. I don't think he does. I think he has way bigger things to do than listen to me yap, but that'd be crazy. Anyways, where were we? We were on friendship. Okay. Now I laid a little basis on how I view friendship, how I view relationships, how I view kind of the world, and this practice of presence that I like to do in my life to keep myself happy, honestly, to keep myself joyful, to keep myself enjoying life, and to enjoy things deeply. Now here's where the magic happens, because that is a practice that takes a lot of time. That is a practice that takes a lot of work, and it is just something that you practice. Now here's where the magic happens. It is once you have this practice for a while and you've been practicing this, because ultimately all of this, training your brain, training your mind, is a practice. It is not a quick fix. It is something that takes years and years and years of learning, and you're never done with, because you're 1% better every day. And for our lives to continue getting better, you have to continue getting better. Your brain has to continue getting better. Your perspective has to continue getting better. And that is something that takes work. And for me, you guys might come on here and you might be like watching this. I don't fucking know. I'm gonna say this, but like literally you could be like, dude, I'm literally not even thinking that. And like, you could just be like, Sam, that makes you sound like an asshole. I don't fucking know. But wow, maybe I need to work on that. Like you guys, me thinking that people think that I'm an asshole all the time. Maybe that's something that I need. See, it's 1% better every day. I'll work on that. But like, the only reason why I'm able to think the way that I do and show up in the world the way that I do is because I've been working on these things and like really focused on making my brain better and making my relationships better and making my life better since I was in the 7th grade and I picked up my first self-help book. And like, I've been doing it, honestly, like it's been a very, very, very consistent practice in my life. Making videos, making social media, doing social media and making videos has been as present in my life as this wellness, this self-help, this growing my brain and learning business skills and life skills and how the world works and how to use the universe and how to show up in this life as the best version of myself. These two have gone hand in hand my entire life. And by my entire life, I mean since 7th grade, like I just said. So it takes time. That is to say that now I am a junior in college and I'm still working on this so heavily. Whoa. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God, wait. Oh my God. I just realized that I'm a junior, and I as I said that, it was like I was thinking, I'm looking at the viewfinder, and I saw in the viewfinder like me in high school and in junior high, like wanting this to work so bad, and like wanting to do what I'm doing now so bad, and like thinking about being older and just like, holy shit, like it can happen, and like just having this strong belief in myself and just dreaming so big and putting in the work to like get there and to build this foundation for myself so that ultimately like I could do what I'm doing one day. And now I'm here being a junior in college and doing the damn thing, and this is my job. Social media is my job, and like it's my dream job, and I'm just and I'm older now, and I'm beautiful, and like I just would have always like dreamed of this, and like it's just so different. And oh, I feel that little girl so heavily. Oh my god. Oh my god. That little girl wanted this so bad. She wanted it so bad, and she not only wanted it, she worked for it. Like, I would be making my goals, and the way that I made my goals was I would have the big goal, and the big goal would be like 1 million subscribers on YouTube. Like, that was my big one. I want 1.2 million was like my big goal on YouTube. Like 1.2 mil on YouTube. And I would write that out, and I would say, okay, what do I need to do to get 1.2 mil on YouTube? And I would say, I need to post every day. I need to be filming. I need to have these habits. I would write down all of the habits that I would need to have under it. And then I would break those down into daily tasks that I needed to do every single day. And so all of these daily tasks, and I would have trackers of like doing them, and I would work so hard on doing them every day so that ultimately I could take the small steps every day that would lead me to this big goal. The goal that I'm still chasing, that I am on the journey right now, and they truly do say that like the joy is in the journey, it's all in the journey. This is my journey, and I am just loving the journey. Like, the journey of chasing your dreams and chasing after those big goals. It was this desire that I had, this huge goal that I had, and it was like, I don't know where this goal comes from. I don't know why I have it. I don't know why it's there and why I care so deeply about it, but I care so deeply about it, and I care the most deeply, and the most that I have ever cared about anything is how much I care about this goal and how much I want it to happen. It feels like my life passion, my life path. There's just no other thing that I could care about so deeply. And I started making it happen, and the joy that I have found on that journey of chasing my dreams and becoming this version of myself that I've always imagined for myself. And that version is always changing. It's ever changing. It's becoming better. It's becoming different based on the experiences and the things that you've learned. And a lot of the things that I wanted when I was little for this influencer life and for this goal, I've learned through my experiences and through being on this journey that I don't want those things anymore. For example, like the huge PR halls and like the big house, and you're just sitting there filming all day. I don't want to do that. I want to learn. I want to be out experiencing life, and like the type of influencer that I thought I wanted to be, I don't want to be anymore. But now it's something even more beautiful, and this has morphed into, I still have the same goals and I still have the same deep desire, but it's morphing and it's ever changing. And that is the beauty of the journey, is learning more about your life and yourself and your desires, and why you felt the way that you did at one certain point in your life, and why you feel the way that you do now, and who you're going to be in the future, and planning that out and setting her up for success. And that is the joy of my life. That is where I find my passion. The joy is in the journey of reaching those goals, and of becoming yourself, and of deepening that passion and doing what you're passionate about every day. Because when I took those big goals and I broke them down into the habits that I needed to be doing every single day, every single one of those things is my favorite things to do, are my favorite tasks. I love making videos. I love editing videos. I love talking to the camera. I love posting. I love emailing brands. I love unboxing things. I love taking photos. I love every single thing that this goal entails is my favorite thing to do, genuinely. And when that happens, that the daily tasks that are necessary to reach the goal that you have line up with the goal that you have, and line up with the passions and the love that you have for life, and the love of what you love doing. When those things line up, when what you love doing on a day-to-day basis aligns with the goal that you are chasing, that is when you know you're on the right path. You're always on the right path. I don't want to say that we are always on the right path, because it just takes different things to get you to different places, and like whatever is happening now, that is the right path for you. And I just feel so grateful to be here. I don't even know. I just had that moment and felt so deeply connected to that girl that I was, and how I've always sat in my car and recorded. And I would have, oh my God, she'd be so happy to know that now I'm doing it and I'm getting paid for it and I'm going to school. She'd be like, girl, you're going to college? Why are you going to college? I literally was like, I'm not going to college, I'm going to be a YouTuber. Like, there's no need for me to go to college. That's what I used to say. Oh my God, I literally don't. Sorry, I just had a flashback. What a beautiful moment. I'm so glad you guys got to witness that. Oh my God, that was so emotional. Oh my goodness, how do we carry on? As we come up on the end of this episode, I want to leave you guys with the secrets of forming authentic relationships and what I feel like I've discovered in all of my years of making friendships. It feels like just in this past year, just in these past couple months, that I've been able to immediately form these authentic friendships and foundations. And one of the biggest life lessons that I've ever learned, that I see this applying over and over and over to every relationship in my life, any relationships that I see with other people, all of it, you can only know someone as deeply as you know themselves. Nope, that's not it. Sorry to ruin the moment there. You can only know someone as deeply as they know themselves. So that is to say, when you're making friendships, a lot of the times why in high school and maybe the early stages of college, a lot of these friendships maybe feel inauthentic or a little bit like, oh, or we're only friends because we live close to each other. It's like, I don't know what we want to talk about. I don't feel like I know your deepest desires and your deepest passions, and all of this is because these people might not be knowing themselves, or might not be knowing ourselves. So that is the basic principle, and I'm going to leave you with an example of how I see this in my life so that you can take this and you can form it to your life and apply it into your life. I'm going to tell it from a story perspective. I know that I love entrepreneurship. Every episode, bro, I can't get through a solo summer episode without me fiending over how much I fucking love entrepreneurship, me thirsting over some little entrepreneur. I literally am addicted to it. Every single episode, I swear to God, every episode, I am like, oh my God, how much I love entrepreneurship and business building. No, but I do, like, I'm so interested in it, and I'm so passionate about it, and I know that I love that. I love it. I love it. I know because I have studied it. I know because I've gone to conferences. I know because I've built businesses and I like the people. I love doing it. I know through my experiences, through my reading, through my learning, through talking to people, through my conversations, through my job experiences, that I love entrepreneurship. I know. I love to go out. I love to dance with my friends. I love to be on the dance floor. I love when the DJ hits. I love when they're playing club music, dancing. I love to rave. I love to move my body. I love these things. Dancing with my friends. I love it. I love it. And I know because I've experimented with different music. I've experimented with different types of nights out. I've experimented and tried different things. I know that I love this because I've tried different things. I've been open to new experiences, and ultimately, like, this is what I love. I know that I love making videos. I want to create content. I love an aesthetic. I love when my life looks beautiful. I love when my life is beautiful. I love to document these beautiful ways. I love the eye that I have for things. I love seeing the world in a way that's beautiful. I love this filter that I put on life through my eyes, through my thoughts. Your thoughts are a filter that you view the world by the way. Just a little boop. It's like a filter. All of it. It's a filter. And I love the way that I can capture the world through my camera. I love the way that I capture the world through my vlogs. I love it. I love to create content, and I love, like I just said, the whole journey of it, the whole journey of building social media. I love it all. And another thing that I love is I love to have conversations with people about what they're passionate about. I love to get below the surface. I love to find out, what are you working on? What is your biggest goal? What are your biggest aspirations? What do you love to do? What lights your soul on fire? Is it your friends? Is it the way that they act? Is it the way that you guys interact with each other? Is it the business you're building? Is it the travels that you're on? What is that thing in your life? Is it photography? Is it videography? Is it a creative passion, or is it numbers? Is it analytics? Is it architecture? Is it anything? What sets your soul on fire? What do you love to do more than anything else in the world? Is it the simple things in life? Is it going to spend a day getting coffee with your friends and sitting in thrift? Like, what are these things that you love? I love to find that out about people. And I know all of this because I know myself. I listen to myself when I'm in experiences. I'm completely open to the new experience, but I'm taking notes, and I say, when I'm open to this experience, it makes me feel really good to be in this experience. For example, when I'm at raves, I'm like, this feels really great to be fully open to this experience, and I feel very comfortable, and I feel very much like myself, and I feel exactly what I love to feel is how I feel here. But sometimes when I'm at a different place or in a different experience, I don't feel that, and although I'm still very open to the experience, I feel like, wow, this isn't my scene. This necessarily isn't something that I'd want to do again. Yes, I'm open to this, but I would really like for this to be the last time I'm experiencing this. This is not something that I love to do, blah, blah, blah. And because I've listened to myself through these experiences and through this practice, and that I've quieted my thoughts of any insecurities or blah, 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 blah. And that's not to say that sometimes my head doesn't get like that, because it does ultimately. We're all human. Every single day is different. But I've been able to fully immerse myself and learn what I like. Same thing with people. I have had conversations with so many different types of people because I've gone into them just being like, okay, let's learn what I learned about this person. And some people I leave feeling so inspired about the world, and so grateful for the life that we have, and so grateful to have met them and to have that conversation with them. And some people I leave feeling like, wow, I never need to talk with you ever again, honestly. And that is completely okay, because I'd say, thank you, I'm glad that I did it, but that is not the type of person that I want to surround myself with, and that is okay. That's completely okay, because they're experiencing a different part of the world, and I'm experiencing a different part of the world, and we came together for this conversation. We both realized, you know, we don't need to be with each other, and that's a beautiful thing. So when you listen to yourself, and you listen to the way that you feel in situations, and the way that you experience situations, and whether you love them or hate them or don't want to be in them again, that is all giving you insight into what you like and what you don't like. And that is so powerful. And these likes and dislikes should come from yourself and your truest self and what you enjoy on your own, instead of coming from other people. Because if our likes and our dislikes are shaped by the world, you're always going to be blown like this. Blue, 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 blue. And your thoughts of like, ooh, how are people viewing me? Am I still doing the cool thing? Blah, blah, blah. But when your likes and your dislikes are authentically from yourself, based on your experiences, based on the books you've read, based on the media you've consumed, all of that, that is when you start to form a strong foundation of self. And that is when your thoughts of the world and your feelings of the world and the way that you present yourself in the world is not moved by the people around you. It is just simply, this is your center, this is who you are, this is what you love at this point in time, and you're always learning and always growing, and you're open to all of these new experiences, but this is who you are. And all of these people, they come into it, and you can decide if you want to keep it around because it makes your life better, or just say no, and that's okay too. And that sense of self is where you find true peace and true authentic relationships and friendships and experiences. So when I met people traveling, sometimes I would have conversations with them or spend nights with them and just be like, okay, not gonna be someone that I keep into my life. Like, I definitely don't need to talk to them again. Once we leave this city, I'm gonna never talk to them probably ever again. Not in a bad way, but just in like, we don't have that soul connection. And the beautiful thing with knowing yourself and knowing what you like and you dislike is that you can put yourself in spaces and in conversations where you're talking about things that you like and dislike with people who like and dislike the same things as you. So for example, I know that I love, say it with me, entrepreneurship. I love it. It's my favorite thing. I love it. And so therefore, I put myself in positions where I am able to talk about that and to converse with people who also are interested in that, because we are at this shared spot. So for example, when I'm at school, we have this like startup incubator, and I did their social media last year, not really because I needed a job or to do their social media, but because I wanted to be in these spaces where people are building things and talking about entrepreneurship, and I wanted to be a part of it and form these relationships, and it worked. I made some beautiful, beautiful friends. Same thing with traveling. I went to an entrepreneurship conference because I was like, I want to meet people who are interested in tech and interested in AI and interested in these things that interest me and light my soul on fire, and I want to talk to them and have conversations with them. And when you start putting yourself in these situations where people are interested in the same things as you, especially music is a great one. Once you start defining your music taste, like this is what I like, this is what I don't like, going to live shows, these people love the same things as you, going to raving together, like that is what lights my soul on fire, and finding people who are interested in these same things. also meeting people in the wild, of like just meeting them in normal circumstances, maybe in class, maybe in school, maybe at a club practice, I don't know, meeting people wherever. When you meet them, you can say, oh, like, what are your favorite things to do? What do you love to do? Blah, blah, blah. If their answers are similar to yours, you guys are probably going to get along, talk about that stuff, you know? And if they're not, if they like completely different things, if they like some things that you're not into, and you know, like, you know, that interest, it doesn't speak to my soul, maybe we're not going to be as close of friends, and that's okay. But what happens is that you start finding people who are into the same things that you are. And I just watched a video last night, and one of the reasons why this topic was on my head is because I was watching this video from my friend Callie, and I met her when I was in France, and she made this montage last night. Fucking beautiful. I'm gonna link it in the description. I'm watching it in bed and I'm crying, like literally crying, because Callie is one of the coolest people that I have met. She travels full time, and she is a surfer, an unreal surfer. She is like professional, does such cool stuff, and like the life that she's built for herself, and like the way that she talks about it and the way that she interacts with people. We had met each other for one day. One day we had known each other, and we're like having the deepest heart-to-hearts like in the streets of Paris, and we're like doing cartwheels in the streets, running around, like laughing, giggling, talking, playing music. Like it was so beautiful. It was so beautiful. And like we've kept in touch and just been like, dude, we need to travel again. Like we seriously, like it was like we met each other and it just like fit. Like it just like, okay, I love this person, I fuck with her so much. Like we're having these beautiful conversations. I love the way that she views the world, and I want to like see her again and spend more time with her. If this resonates deeply within your soul, watch her video and fucking stop. Like I don't want to tell you what experience to have to it, but holy shit, it's a montage of her last 365 days of travel, and she's talking about how every single time you visit a place, it's different because of the people that you meet there and because of these experiences that we have there. And she talks about, the part of the video that really stuck out to me was she started sharing about the way that when you meet people that your soul just like, they know your heart, they match your heart. And that is something so true that I had only experienced in entrepreneurship settings or when I was traveling, mostly when I was doing both, because these people, like that is where my heart soars, as I soar when I'm traveling. That is my heart, that is a passion that I have so deeply. When I'm meeting other travelers, they're gonna match that. And then also being in these rooms where people are interested in running a business, they're interested in creating life for themselves, they're interested in lifestyle design and entrepreneurship and building a business, and they understand those things. Those are the two things that set my soul on fire. And when I meet people who care about both of those things, immediately it's like they know my heart. They know my heart because those are my deepest passions, and these people also share those deepest desires and deepest passions. And that is where, when you say like you click with someone, like, oh, we clicked immediately, I think that what is meant by that is that you share the same heart. And Callie says it so beautifully in her video, and I want you to just go watch that because it was so beautiful. But like, oh my god, I just love her, and the way that she talks about the world and like the thoughts that she has are so provocative and so great. And like I think that's what we shared, why our relationship was so good at first, was because we like kind of view the world very similarly, or at least we're open to these conversations of like, this is how I view the world, this is how I view the world, like let's talk about it. And also like we were disagreeing on things, which that is a huge thing, all about disagreeing. I would love to make a video all about like having healthy disagreements, because that's huge. And I think that we definitely disagreed on a couple things, and like we would talk about it and just be like, okay, well, here's why you feel that way. Oh, healthy disagreements is so huge. Oh my god, I need to make a video on that next. Holy shit, that is so good. That also is such a form for healthy relationships, and like healthy just relationships with the entire world, relationships with your brain, is being able to disagree with someone in a healthy way, not in the way that's like, I hate you, I want you to die, I just disagree with you. And I understand why I disagree with you, and we've talked about it, and that's okay. Huge. Anyways, that I think is gonna wrap up our lesson on friendship today.
How was it? Were you guys cringing like I said you would be? Probably at a couple points, but I also think that hopefully you got something out of it. Hopefully you feel like you could go into a room and you can make friends, and that you can be more present, and that you can just like find your fucking people, and that you can allow people to be themselves without judgment and yada yada yada. I think there was a lot of good nuggets in there, no? All right, so I'm gonna leave you with our charity that we're donating for these next 5 episodes from the vault. I guess there was 2 yesterday, this is 3, so we're halfway done. I'm gonna be reading you the ACLU mission statement. If you've listened to yesterday and the day before's episode, you've already heard it, but I'm gonna say it again. leave another review. I don't know if you can do that, but I don't know, use another email or something, whatever. Do I need to go into the core belief of this podcast? I'll say it really quick. Core belief, quickly said, is that if I have the resources and the platform to travel, get crazy stories, and tell you all about them in a little podcast format, then I also have the resources and the platform to tell you guys about amazing organizations that are doing beautiful things around the world. And today's is the ACLU, and tomorrow's and the next day's, and yesterday's and the day before's. They're all the ACLU this week. All right, so ACLU today. For nearly 100 years, the ACLU oh my, can't do math or read this episode. We got to go back to elementary school. Okay. For nearly 100 years, enough. For nearly 100 years, the ACLU has been our nation's guardian of liberty, working in courts, legislatures, and communities to defend and preserve the individual rights and liberties that the Constitution and the laws of the United States guarantee everyone in this country. Whether it's achieving full equality for LGBT people, establishing new privacy protections for our digital age of widespread government surveillance, ending mass incarceration, or preserving the right to vote or the right to have an abortion, the ACLU takes up the toughest civil liberties cases and issues to defend all people from government abuse and overreach. With more than 4 million members, activists, and supporters, the ACLU is a nationwide organization that fights tirelessly in all 50 states, Puerto Rico, and Washington, D.C. to safeguard everyone's rights. Boom. That's what I want to give my money to. That's what I want to give the money for every review left donated to. All right. I think we get it. I'm going to leave you guys on that note, and I will see you tomorrow and the next day for our last 2 episodes from the vault of Solo Summer. All right. Mwah. I love you. Bye.